large-scale budgets, since we're on the topic of budgets. We'll start with Ms. Lenard.
Well, as I said, I've been an administrator over the last 20 years in many different capacities, both in a church environment, and then in the last 12 years, I'm the administrator for natural sciences at Viterbo University, and I do work with the budgets there for all the different departments and programs that we have in science. I also have been running my own business, and believe me, when you're a small nonprofit and you're dependent on a lot of the other governmental monies and things like that, as we are in the work that I do, you know how to get by. You know how to cut and trim, and one of the things I saw by being an administrator in the last 4 years is that I think we can do things better at City Hall. So I am excited about the possibility. I did do an action plan called Investing in Lacrosse, where that's one of the first things I'll do is convene again, and I did work on this over the last 4 years to try to change things, bringing the council members and department heads together to see what we can do to change taxes, also going through the budgets. And again, I have that as my plan right away if elected mayor.
Well, experience I have operating budget, reduce the tax burden on the city of La Crosse residents because I think it's necessary.
Can I have a rebuttal?
Yes.
Thank you. Actually, two things. One, I'd like Mr. Harder to explain how long he's been doing the job he has for his family. He mentioned that he came back less than a year ago, and I know that he's been campaigning for the last 6 months, so I don't know how long he's actually been in that position. So I think there is a certain amount of experience that comes over time and understanding how you have to plan and go ahead for the future. As far as the mayor having condition with the budget, I did explain that I did bring people together last September to do exactly that. And it is part of the mayor's role to do the budget. One of the reasons that I ran against an incumbent, and I am taking that action.
Thank you. Mr. Robert, would you like to respond?
Yes, I would. I returned from the mill for 4 generations. I'll continue to listen, and that's how I will lead, by listening to the people.
And Ms. Lenard, how big of a role do you think age should play?
Well, first of all, I would meet Matt halfway. I would let him grow the mustache. I'll dye my hair. We'll maybe get closer to how we look at the age issue. It's never been about age for me. I've actually spent my career and absolutely love working with the young adult population, which I would consider 18 to 25. And that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. I dearly love that age group, and one of my jobs has been to help them become professionals. And in doing that, there's a lot of students who will come in science and they want to be a doctor right away. And they think it's going to be the easy street. You know, that you don't really have to pay any dues, you don't have to study, you don't have to, accomplish anything to get to that role. And one of the things I've done in my job is say, wait a minute, no, you have to do that. You have to study, you have to get through the classes, you have to prepare yourself to get to that goal that you want. So it's never been about age differences, because I got to tell you, I've worked with some students who are 20 years old that are just absolute dynamos. I mean, they have already got the world under, I can't believe what they've done. They've been in student leadership organizations and been leaders, presidents of Senate. They have gone out into the community, they've done community service, they've been the head or president of a committee. They've got all those kind of leadership roles to teach you how to run a committee, run an organization, and also, quite frankly, as a leader, you have to know how to deal with all the different kinds of personalities and still be able to keep your cool and work with others. So those are the things I would say that you can get with experience. And I think you do have to build on those. You have to accomplish some things and you have to finish them. And that's what I would be asking Mr. Harder, is that, you start things and that's fine. And with young people, always go for it. If the first thing doesn't work out, go for the next one. Find out what your path is and what your journey is in life, and succeed at it. But I think for the role of mayor, we need experience. It's a $100 million corporation, and we need someone to run it who's got some experience in that.
Yes, go ahead.
Experience. Well, I agree. I don't have the experience sitting on the council for 4 years and approving budget.
Would you like to counter?
Sure. Actually, there's been lots of action, and I keep going back and explaining this, is that I have been trying to bring the council forward and say that we need to be working together. We need to get everyone to the table. We need to look at creative ideas. Again, when I go to the state meetings, people gasp when they hear that we have 51% nonprofit tax on our rolls. That's not usual for a city. Usually it's around 20 to 30%. So it is something that we have to work with. I have been doing that. And also I have worked very hard on the sustainability issues. That is about saving money, and we're already doing it. We are saving money a lot.
Next question is from Johan.
Over the years, the city has had sometimes contentious relations with its neighbors.